Costco, and if it really does save you that much money, is something I would get asked so often, and it's not really a place that I go to. It isn't very close to me, but I thought today we would go and check it out. So this is about a 30-minute drive from my house, so it's not too bad, and I thought we'd go in and check it out and see what you have to do to become a member, how it all works, and if it really does save that much money. So if you want to see, let's go shopping in Costco. This is the Marsden Park Costco, and because you can't even enter the store without a membership, I did sort that out first, and we did get a free bag with our membership. And I have to say, this place is absolutely massive. I don't know where to start or what we're even looking for, and to be honest, this little ADHD brain is feeling completely overwhelmed by this. So I'm thinking what I might do is share with you everything I see today, and then once I've wrapped my head around everything, I'll do a comparison in prices of Costco, Woolies and Coles, and if I remember the price at Aldi as well. So you let me know if there's something in particular you want me to compare when I do my second video. And as you can see, there is electronics, there is fridges, there are washing machines, there's dryers, there's dishwashers, there is everything. So many TVs, so many sound systems, security systems, vacuum cleaners, cooling systems, and you've got your big name brand products here like Samsung, KitchenAid and Ninja. And then I'm guessing the other brands I'm seeing around is one that's specific to Costco. I really like the look of these mixing bowls, but I don't know if this is a good price or not, and I refuse to do any impulse buying today. These Duracell batteries, which is AA and AAA, were $24.99 for, I think it was $48, and I'm pretty sure at Coles it's $29 for a pack of 20. My daughter's been looking for a makeup light. This one for $99 was pretty good. And now we get to all the food, and this is probably where my overwhelm started. I thought these tortillas looked like a pretty good buy, and they felt really soft and fresh. They had other wraps to choose from, and I thought this gluten-free bread, 2 loaves for $8.79 was a pretty good buy. The hamburger buns and hot dogs were a dozen for $6.99, and the prices of loaves of bread were 2 loaves of bread, not 1. And that's the same with the Abbott's Bakery bread as well. Now, with your fruit and veggies, you need to know your prices, and you are buying things in bulk, so it is the entire box that you purchase. And it was a real mix of what was cheaper and what was more expensive than my local greengrocer. For example, broccolini at Aldi is $2.99 for a bunch, and this was a whole bag for $4.97. I thought the bags of their salad greens and spinach were about the same prices as Aldi, but I'll have to double check. The lettuce heart seemed really cheap to me, but again, I'll have to double check the prices. I love the idea of getting these snackable carrots, but I have no clue if it's a good price or not. There is a whole wall of pre-done salads, and they range from 900 grams to 1.3 kilos. And this bakery section is a bit dangerous for me because it is my absolute weakness, and everything looks so delicious. And these big slabs of chocolate cake for $35 is a huge bargain, especially if you've got a party coming up. And the fresh bread here looks absolutely beautiful, and it smells amazing. And there is so much to choose from. The garlic bread is massive for $7.99. And now we have the meat section, and look how massive this is. And there is everything you can possibly imagine here, from mincemeat, beef stir fry, diced beef, salmon, every cut of lamb you could possibly imagine. You can get these lamb packs for $14.99 a kilo. But again, you need to know your prices because I'm pretty sure lamb cutlets are $45 a kilo at Coles, and Costco's were $49. But their loin chops are $22.99 a kilo, whereas at Coles they're $29 a kilo. They even had oysters, and there was heaps of fish to choose from. And to be honest, some of it I thought looked really good, and some of it not so much. There was quite a variety of salmon to choose from. And now we're up to the chicken, and I got a bit confused here because the labels on the pack said $9.99 a kilo, but the sign says $9.49. Either way, it's still cheaper for me to buy from Ribs and Roast for $7.99 a kilo, and their whole chickens were $4.99 a kilo. And there was quite a lot of marinated meats you could choose from, and also enchilada kits and so forth. And I got to say, it looked a whole lot fresher than the pre-packaged things you get from Coles and Woolworths. And then they had this whole section that was just all pork. Again, you definitely need to know your prices as to whether you're getting a bargain or not, because some things are more expensive, some were the same, and other things were so much cheaper. And now here's another wall of salads, but these are Caesar salads, Greek salads, and they look absolutely delicious and so fresh. There's even trays of sushi. These quesadillas look absolutely amazing. More sushi. There is so much food here. It's unbelievable. There's trays of macarons. They've got these double packs of pasta. A 1 kilo box of biryani, naan dippers, roti, spring onion pancakes. They have these huge pizzas. They're $14.99 a kilo, and the toppings on these is so generous. There was these huge tubs of dip that ranged from $4.99 to $5.99. For $14.99, they had this massive 800-gram tub of basil pesto, 300 meters of cling wrap for $10.99. Eggs you can only get in a 30-pack, and you are limited to only 1 pack per family. There was a few different brands of toilet paper you can choose from, and it did seem cheaper than Woolies, Aldi or Coles, but you did have to buy it in big packs. I thought these garbage bags could be a good deal, but I'd have to double check the pricing and the size of the bags. Baking paper is something I go through heaps of, so I want to double check if this is cheaper or not, because it looked pretty good, and compare the price of the foil as well. These 4.5 litre Snaplock bags look like a really good deal, and I think they'd be perfect for our dump bag dinners. They actually had quite a few different size Snaplock bags, so I will do a comparison between Coles, Woolies and Aldi to see what's the best deal. I'm thinking Kirkland is the Costco brand, and they had this fabric softener for $24.99, and it will do 276 washes. They had so
so many different brands of washing powders, washing liquids and fabric softeners. So if you see a specific brand you want me to do a comparison with, then let me know. And that's the same with dog food as well. There was so many brands of canned food as well as dried food. So if you see a brand here that's your normal brand and you want to see the difference, let me know. Now, we don't have a cat, so I don't really know anything about cat food, but this is the variety they had. This coconut water did catch my eye because it's something I buy, and it's usually $5.50 per 1 litre, and they've got 12 for $29.99. There were so many different soft drinks here, but it's not something that we consume in our house, so I have no idea. So I just did a quick video so you could see it. And that's the same with energy drinks. They had heaps of them, but I would not have a clue on pricing or what's what. This is their frozen section with onion rings, pickled chips, which I love pickles, so I'd love to know what they're like, potato chips, all those sorts of bits and pieces. So again, if you see something you want me to compare prices with, let me know. Cauliflower gnocchi, I'd love to know if anyone's tried that because I love cauliflower and I love gnocchi. There was a ton of frozen fruits and even more frozen desserts, from cheesecakes, churros, frozen chocolate coated bananas. There was actually heaps to choose from. This whole wall is full of massive boxes of cereal. They're all bigger than a kilo and they seem a lot cheaper than Coles or Woolies. This massive tube of organic vanilla bean paste seems a lot cheaper as well. There was a whole heap of different herbs and spices that you could choose from. I wouldn't even know where to start on comparing here. They had quite a few different flours to choose from and they were all working at about $1 a kilo. And the pizza flour was about $1.80 a kilo. And the almond flour was only $12.99 a kilo. If you've seen anything here you would like me to do a comparison on, please let me know and I'll do my best. And I think once I've got my head around everything you can get at Costco, we will definitely go back because there was some things that would really save us a lot of money. But in order for it to be a cost-effective way of us shopping, we would probably go about once a month and get those bulk items and then get whatever else we need at Aldi or at Woolies or Coles. This is close to where my daughter does basketball, so I would probably work it in around that travel so I'm not using extra petrol. And I'd be interested to compare the price of the petrol and tyres and so forth you can get at Costco as well. So if you're curious to see exactly what some of the price comparisons are, then make sure you like and save this so you remember to check back in. And of course, if you are someone that wants to spend less money at the grocery store but still have delicious indulgent food at home, then make sure you follow along and I'll show you just how easily you can.